Yes, we can see that. Yeah.
Yes. So today I'm going to give a very brief talk on empowering students, benefit and challenges of integrating AI in education. This is something that is not new. There are a lot of things that we have been talking about in terms of AI, and this is very timely, especially this period. So just to provide as a way of introduction, I don't want to speak much of the jargons that has to do with artificial intelligence, but just like as an introduction, artificial intelligence, which is often written as AI, abbreviated, is branch of computer science that deals with the simulation of intelligent behavior in computers and their capacity to mimic and ideally improve human behavior. A lot of people I know you find this difficult because it's more of a technical term and over time, people tend to immediately use AI, and you want to try to explain, try to define it. It becomes technically difficult for people who are not within the computer domain. So, so why do we really need this AI? So every day, you realize that we interact with AI without even realizing it. From the very moment that we get online, try to use Google, and then try to seek direction, and go online to check our platforms, social media platforms. We're using AI, and a lot of people don't even know that they are using AI. And I remember the last time that I was having conversation with my friend, and I said, it seems as if whenever I click on a particular item, whenever I return back to that same site, I realize that there are still, I see that there are so many options of similar items. And my friend said, yes, that's the work of AI. So whatever you do, AI is able to, provide those information, interact with you, and over time, it gets to understand who you are, and being able to be very, very supportive in most situations. So from healthcare to education, communication, to transportation, virtually every area of life. And if you look at it today, it's nearly impossible to imagine a world without encountering AI power applications that shape and enhance our daily experiences. A lot of things that we do involve AI. And let me say, virtually every aspect of our life uh, has to do with, in one way or the other, requires some level of support from AI. So there was this great movement, and some few days back, I was discussing with one of my lecturer, and I was like, okay, have you heard of the new movement? And we're like, okay, what's the new movement? He said AI. And when I told him about AI, I said, yes, AI is very good, but I think we're talking too much about this AI, and I think AI has its own disadvantages and all that. Since ChatGPT was released in November, there's been a whole lot of increasing awareness of the significant impact of AI. And some years back, there are a lot of things that a lot of systems that are designed using AI, but a lot of people were not aware of this. But when ChatGPT was introduced, where you can actually tell a friend that, come on, there is a platform where you can ask the platform to write essay for you, proofread your document and all that. People were like getting interested, and majority of people begin to use some of these tools. So according to a survey that was conducted by best colleges, approximately 22% of college students confess to utilize AI for completing their assignment. And I know very well a lot of professors, lecturers, teachers are getting worried about this AI. And people will be lazy, they will not want to read their books, and whatever assignment that is being given to you, just go to the platform, go to AI to use AI tools, answer your questions, and you're able to provide response within a very short time, and most of the contents are accurate, some are not. They're like what's my previous as speaker have said, some of the content are good, some are not, but a lot of this content, most people trust them, and it requires someone who is within that professional domain to be able to detect if what this AI is producing is right or wrong. So there are a lot of things that is happening within this short period. A lot of tools has been released, and sometimes it gets a lot of people worried, especially those within the educational sector. This is what I came across when I was going through the UNESCO platform. I saw this, and it was actually a quick start guide on the use of ChatGPT and AI in higher education. And this is more of like trying to give you an idea of the importance of AI. So AI have actually come to stay. It's not something that is going anywhere. So we need to learn to accept the new normal, just like COVID-19. So and then AI, one of it is that one of the possibilities that AI generates alternative ways of expressing an idea. So when these systems are developed within the education system, you are able to ask questions and you get responses. AI acts as an opponent to develop an argument. So if you're writing something and you need additional support, you can just ask AI and you're able to get that sorted out. So AI also helps groups to research and solve problems together. So, the speed, when you sit down and decide to brainstorm within yourself, sometimes it takes a bit longer time. But when you're able to use the AI platform, it helps to speed up the whole process. So AI also acts as a guide to navigate physical and conceptual spaces. AI tutors each student and gives immediate feedback on progress. So when this platform are used, of course, depending on the school, depending on the system, you're able to design such that it meets the needs of the school, and you are able to solve problems within a twinkle of an eye. So AI also provides tools to play with, explore, and interpret data. So there are a whole lot of great things that we can use AI to do in education. And this is just what I got from UNESCO, and gradually people are beginning to understand, especially those within the educational sector, to understand that there are a lot of things that we can do. We can't fight the system. Rather, I think the best thing to do is to leverage on this system and see how best we can make use of this system to improve learning and teaching. So I know there are a lot of ethical concerns, there are a whole lot of issues, and from the student perspective, when people are when tools, AI tools are used for carrying out assignment, most students feel that yes, it actually assists them, make things easier for them. But the other part is that the lecturer or the teacher or the professor feels that yeah, when you use AI tool, automatically means you're cheating. Especially when you present the idea as if you're the one that have actually written that. And but it's very, very important for us to shift our mindset, understand that our approaches to teaching, our approaches to learning has to also change in order to meet up with the current trend. These are some of the key issues: privacy and data protection in terms of using AI. There are a whole lot of concern about student data being collected, especially when exposed outside and stored and used by AI system in education. And that will actually require having a very strong protection system to ensure that people don't easily break into those information. The other one is that it could be biased and discriminatory. And sometimes the information you get might not be true. And sometimes the feedback it provides is based on the information that has already been provided over time. So, and transparency and accountability is also is also a concern for using AI in education. And then the aspect of equity and access, AI system could widen existing disparity in education, especially those marginalized population. There are a lot of people who don't even have access to internet. There are a lot of people who don't even have access to this system. So that will mean widening the gap, and it's going to be a very big problem for us. So, and the other part is the ethical use of technology. So the AI system should be used ethically and responsibly in education. So that will mean both the teacher and the student being able to provide that training on how to use this AI, to improve outcomes, to improve learning, and to also get the best out of the system. This is not a period for us to fight the system. This is a period for us to see how best we can make use of this system to get the best outcome. So for me, the last word is that AI has the potential to revolutionize our educational system, but we must be conscious in its use. We must carefully consider the potential risks and the benefit of using AI in education and work to ensure that it is used in ethical, equitable, and transparent manner. Only then can we fully harness the power of AI to improve quality and accessibility of education for all learners. That's where I'm going to stop. And if there are questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you. and
Thank you
over.
so much. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Another great talk, and it's great to see that you've considered so many of the risks as well, and you're so well educated on the system, or on the systems of the various different aspects of it, which is great to see. I think we do have time for one question, so I'm just going to ask it if that's okay. What
Go ahead.
advice would you give to students who might be new to using this? So what would be the kind of the first thing that you might say to them?
Okay, so for me, I will emphasize the ethical use of AI. Especially those who are just jumping in, and the guys who are excited about AI, they should also understand that doesn't replace your logical thinking, and wherever you get from platforms that are developed using AI, you need to also get in touch with a professional, someone who have the skill, who have the knowledge to be able to vet that information that what you have is actually correct. And do not just accept whatever that comes from those platforms, because sometimes AI do make mistakes. So, and they should be very careful in using that too. They should also make sure that they maintain originality. And there are a lot of things that AI cannot do. AI cannot add emotions to your writing. So whenever you see what is written by AI, you definitely know that this is something written by AI. But if you're the one that have been able to write that, AI can actually help you to generate ideas, can help you to make your writing look good. But do not totally depend on AI for everything that you need to do. You need to start with yourself. Thank you.
Absolutely. God, what a great answer. Thank you so much. And again, I could probably speak to you for another hour just on this as well. It's so nice to kind of to get your viewpoints on that, and some really great take-home messages. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.